Hey guys, welcome back to Homesteading Off the Grid. It's late afternoon here and I'm up here again at the wildlife refuge tree that is now full. Our eastern red cedar tree that we've decided to decorate with our inspirational ornaments for the requests of those coming in from our subscribers and friends on the channel is now full. Good news is I've got my eye on the autumn olive. We're going to start decorating tomorrow, and we were in town today for a birthday party, and so I went out and bought a ton of new bulbs. The lady that had the request for the purple bulb cleared that up with me as to why she wanted it, and she said another one would do just fine. And so I hung up a green one for her today, and I'm going to tell her a little story she can tell her friend who that's in honor of that will be even better than a purple bulb. She wanted purple because she's a Philadelphia Eagles fan, I guess. Well, I got a story for you when we get there. So guys, listen, I'm sorry I've been bringing up the issue of trolls lately. We're doing something here based on love. Positive people with positive attitudes. You know, it's Christmas. Sometimes, just lines are crossed, okay? There's one that's very persistent who has called my wife some very nasty things. He's never met my wife, never will. And this has been going on for many months. And I just, okay, calling my wife, that's crossing the line. But what I'm going to tell you is this. My heart used to be filled with hate, as yours is, obviously. You wouldn't say the things you say if you did not have a heart filled with hate. When you say these things, you know what I do? I pray for you, and I'm going to continue to pray for you. And I'm sending love from me to you. I know I know where you are. You know where you are. You're very far from me. I'm sending you love through the cosmos right now because if no one has ever loved you, and it's maybe you feel as if no one's ever loved you, and that's why you hate yourself so much. I'm going to love you until you can learn to love yourself. No matter how bad of a person you think you are, I bet you that you're not. You've just got to look at life differently. You got to look at yourself differently. So, I wish you a Merry Christmas. I hope the best of health for you and the best of happiness, as does my wife, who you've said these terrible things about, even though you've never met her. And I know it's hate, it's pain, hurt people. So our thoughts, our prayers, our well wishes are going out to you, okay? Now, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and talk about 12 people. And now we're getting back to love. We're getting back to positivity. We're getting back to people who choose to be better rather than be bitter. People who have inspired me to do what we're doing up here with this wildlife refuge tree. So, number one, Bonnie Walker. Last month, Bonnie lost her best friend, her love, unexpectedly. 1 week later to the day, she lost her nephew, who was only 45, unexpectedly. She's currently caring for her brother who has liver cancer and doesn't have much time left. Her mom, who is failing fast with her health, and her sister in stage 4 liver disease. Bonnie's taking care of these folks. Right now, Bonnie is being a huge blessing to these folks' lives. And she's going on telling me she's grateful for me and grateful for them. And she is grateful to... She feels a sense of gratitude despite this situation she's in. Bonnie Walker, you and all these folks that you mentioned in your comment have an orb on the tree there, an inspirational ornament. Jackie Richard, I looked for an orange. Okay, Jackie is a subscriber of ours. I looked for an orange ornament today. When you're looking for certain colors, you can't find them. I was looking for orange and pink and purple. Jackie wanted pink for cancer awareness and orange for MS awareness. You got a gold, Jackie, okay, for both. And thank you for bringing those good causes up to my attention. 6 months ago, Jackie's mother-in-law lost her battle with breast cancer. So, Jackie, our hearts go out with you. Thank you for being with us. You're always here. The next one, number 3, Sherry Masser. She wanted me to place an ornament on the tree for her dear late husband. He died December 26, 2016. Their 35th wedding anniversary was only 4 days before that. He was career Navy and the most wonderful husband in the world. Sherry, your husband has an ornament on our wildlife refuge tree. Jane Jones said, please place an ornament, a peace ornament for my mom and dad and all deceased standing in the gap asleep, waiting for that glorious day. Well, Jane Jones, you got your ornament. Okay, Chastity Glenn. Oh, she left a really long, nice. Chastity was very complimentary. Chastity pointed out that she's half Filipino, and she loves my wife dearly, who's a sweetheart, and she loves to watch her cooking videos. And Jackie gave me really just a big vote of confidence here. Told me to ignore people, the troll types who are just miserable. They're bitter. They're angry. I agree with you. But again, there's that one who is very persistent. So I want to let that person know that we love him until he can learn to love himself, to dismiss some of the hatred from his heart. We're going to love him because I think this person feels like no one else does, so we will. Gretchen Angel. So much going on here. A lot of very toxic relationships here in the past going on. And Gretchen Angel, I read what you wrote 2 or 3 times, and you know what you said. And let me tell you, you've got an ornament up on the tree. Gretchen is somebody who has struggles and who has challenges daily. And yet Gretchen continues to get up, move forward, be positive, and say kind words to others. Gretchen, you're one of our heroes. Carol Williamson, who has been around with us for a while. Kevin, you are such a... Well, I don't want to talk about what she said nice about me. After 4 major back surgeries, I am never pain-free. I fight that opiate battle daily because I could not function without them. I also get nerve block injections in my spine every 3 months, hoping I can prolong surgery number 5. Chronic pain is life-changing. It steals your joy for life, and opiates magnify that. Thanks for taking the time to read this. Carol, you better believe that I'll take the time to read it, and thank you for taking the time to continue the battle, the daily fight, and being here with us and always being positive. You always have a kind word for us, and if anybody, you could be nasty, but you choose not to. I want to give a shout out to Awoken, who also, like Carol, got an inspirational orb on our tree up here. Awoken, she lost her brother. Her brother was killed while he was driving drunk, and her father passed away from cancer last year, so 2 strikes of tragedy there. And Awoken is one of the most positive people on our channel. So Awoken, thank you for who you are. Jean Woodland. She's got some folks in her life that, well, there's some alienation and some estrangement going on here with Jean Woodland and some of her relatives, and I don't want to be too specific with some of this stuff. But Jean, you know my story. I feel your pain here. There's a inspirational ornament up here on the red cedar for your pain and your experiences. Okay, this one was Aaron Haas. Aaron Haas, I read what you wrote. It was kind of graphic in places, and Erin went through a very bad thing, and she, one of the ways in which she kind of got over, or one of the things she decided she would do for herself after going through something very traumatic, is she disconnected from social media for 9 months, and she's only recently come back to it. And she avoids the negative mainstream media, mostly the stuff they always talk about, and she comes to positive channels and positive outlets like this, where we discuss faith, hope, strength, courage, love, how to overcome challenges, how to become better rather than bitter. So, Aaron Haas, you have your orb. Okay, Mama Purdue, you've got an ornament up here, an inspirational ornament. It says, Kevin, would you please add one for my sister-in-law? We just heard the news last month that she has triple MMMT, stage 4 cancer. She's going through chemo. So much is going on in life, and it's taking a great toll on her body, mind, and heart. Any prayers would be greatly appreciated. So, for your sister-in-law and you, for the request, we added an inspirational orb to the tree. Okay, Cheryl Turner. the day after her birthday several years ago, lost her mother. And then she had some physical pain. She had a torn rotator cuff. Went through a lot after that. A lot of financial problems. It goes on. And, but she's here. She's still, she said, quote, "God amazes me how he takes care of me each and every day. I love your morning rambles so much I could listen to them all the time." You got an inspirational ornament on the tree today. Going through what you've gone through, and you're still here, and you're still positive. You're still filled with love. You're still spreading good messages. We appreciate you. Now, here we go. Billy and Sharon Prince in Georgia. Sharon's the one who wanted the purple bulb, and she wrote back. She said, "Oh no, don't go buying special for us. Just mention the purple one I'd mention the purple one if you had one. Jennifer loved the Falcons." Oh, it was the Falcons. "So if you would hang a red bulb for our MPS Warrior Princess, we would be stoked. Bless you and your family for taking the time." Okay. I hung a green one. I thought she said the Eagles. There's so many of these, and I don't have a smartphone. I have a flip phone. So I'd read this, went into town 2 hours later and was looking for one. I'm thinking for the Eagles. Okay, so it's for the Falcons. Well, that Eagles story is irrelevant, but I'll tell it anyway. If there's any Philadelphia Eagles fans out there, you probably like their defensive back, Christopher Long. Is that his name? Yeah. I delivered his mail this summer twice. Woohoo. Never saw him, but I delivered his mail twice. Okay, well, I put up a green bulb thinking it was Philadelphia Eagles, Sharon, but there's plenty of red bulbs on that tree. We're just going to mentally switch around a red one for the Falcons. And FYI, my son, for some reason, he's only 7, has recently discovered Neon Deion. And so he's been watching Deion Sanders videos on YouTube, some of the old highlights, and there's a lot of it from when Deion played with the Falcons. Okay, Laverne Winters. Laverne, she's one of our wonderful, faithful, loyal, always here every day subscribers. She just went on to tell a story about her mother. Her mother died over 20 years ago, and her mother was 65 from complications of diabetes. But Laverne has often talked in comments about how her mother set the prime example on how to live. Laverne's mother didn't let the negative types who were so filled with hate, so much hate that they hated themselves, she let them keep that. And Laverne Winters and the stories she's mentioned about her mom is kind of why, and people like this is why, when we get someone who is so persistent about, hating us for some reason whatsoever, that they say these terrible things about my wife and call her these names, I'd like to take the road Laverne Winters' mother took and don't let it affect me in any sort of way. I'm going to change things up. I'm not going to change my channel name or do things differently. We're going to continue to do these inspirational ornaments despite what people like to say. But on top of that, we're going to pray for those people, and we're going to send them love so that hopefully they can learn to eventually love themselves. And I think that's what Laverne Winters' mother probably would have said to do. Laverne, correct me if I'm wrong, but from so many of the messages you left about your mother, and your mother, her memory, and you for asking, has a inspirational ornament over there. Now, Carol Ann's, this was the final one for this afternoon, says, "Kevin, my mom died 3 years ago on the 7th of December of lung cancer, stage 4, in stroke. Oh, I love your office. Very nice, beautiful name for the tree. God bless you and your family." So, Carol Ann's, thank you. You, and in memory of your mother, have an ornament on the tree over there. I put something else up here while I was up here today because somebody mentioned in the comments I should do something special for the veterans. I did. I'm going to show it to you. It's about 10 feet up off the ground. The deer can't get it, and the bears can't get it. Well, bears can get whatever they want. But you remember I have a whole flock of blue jays that join me up here a lot for the morning rambles. I put a bird feeder up here, and it's about halfway filled with bird food. That's going to be here year round, but I threw it up with the rest of the Christmas stuff we have going up. This is for the veterans, and this is also for every active guardsman, reservist, active military member currently serving. We all heard the expression free as a bird. I believe nothing represents freedom in the animal world more so than a bird. I personally know why I'm free, and it's because of the men and the women who fought to obtain it and then continue to fight to secure it. So that bird feeder is in honor of the veterans. This tree is full, as you can see, on all sides. It's got about 4 dozen on there now, And so when I come up here tomorrow morning with some brand new Christmas ornaments I bought while I was in town today, we're going to start with the autumn olive. So, we're heading into Christmas. It's tough for a lot of people. We're here for you. Let us know your stories. And if you're bitter and miserable and you're so hateful that you say nasty things about people you've never met, will never meet, because maybe you see that they have a life you wish you had and you don't. If those people are us, we love you. We will love you until you can learn to love yourself. So, be nasty away. We're here for you, bro, and we love you. Thanks for being with us here from Homesteading Off the Grid. We'll see you for more next time.